Hey, it's John and Mike from brew-dudes.com. We have a SMaSH beer in front of us. This is our exploration into evergreen hops. If there's ever a descriptor, well, maybe lemon drop hops was like, if there's ever a descriptor to lead one to think what this is going to taste like or smell like or express itself in a beer, evergreen is probably a word that helps with that thought. So everybody knows the rules. We do 1 gallon batches. We do 2 pounds of raw 2-row malts. We do 1 ounce of hops in 1 packet, and we put that into the boil at different times. We do like some for 60 minutes, some for 15, some from flame out, and then some for dry hopping. And the yeast that we use is US 05. I'm not sure if I should continue that, but we did. I think it's still a good one to, check out for these kinds of experiments. And then water is spring water because our tap water is not great. It's okay. It's just not great for these kinds of small batch experiments. All right, so that's that. And so we brew up these very simple single malt, single hop beers so we can taste them and then talk about what are we actually tasting here? Does it match up with the descriptors that some marketing director somewhere decided that, hey, yeah, that's how we're going to market these hops? Okay, so I got these from Northern Brewer. These actually have the alpha acids on the packet.
Hey,
so they might be old. 8%. So again, I think I split up the 28.3 grams as evenly as possible between 60 minutes, 15 minutes, the flame out, and then dry hop at 3 days into fermentation.
Great.
Mm-hmm. I think this is warmed up a bit. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I don't know. Oh man, I don't know what I'm getting on the aroma. When I swirl it, it gets worse. To use pleasant descriptors, it's almost like a white peach, like really underripe white peach, and like a broccoli or something, right? There's an aggressive aroma in there that is not super pleasant to me. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of that. I have to identify what that thing is in my palate range that makes me think about vanilla, limey, coconut thing, because it isn't that. Those are really nice flavors, but that's the only neurons that fire when I smell this. And the flavor is more the same. It's like I get that. There's a pithiness, which I guess you would want to. I have a hard time like using pithiness and like, yeah, where does pith come from? Citrus, but it's not citrusy. I mean, give me pithiness, but also give me the fruitiness that comes with citrus fruit. So it's pithy. It's a little piney, tar-like, but there's definitely like just a green vegetal type of component to it, almost like a. It's not quite green onion. Maybe it's a white part of a scallion. You know what I mean? Like that stuff. Does that make sense? What do you get? Am I just off the wall here?
No.
Or?
I don't think I'm getting as strong of a reaction of it. I'm getting more earthy notes, herbal notes, and when this was a little, it's warmed up a little bit, and I've done that just to maybe get more flavor notes out of it, right? When I first tasted it coming out of the fridge, it was definitely like there was like a bitter presence than any other, well, in recent memory of our SMaSH beer series. That it was like, oh, wow, this is strong. And I was really thinking like, oh, is this piney? And it really wasn't. It really wasn't piney.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's grassy. It's just strong green.
It's pungent green.
Yeah, pungent green something or other. Yeah. All right. So when it was colder, I was getting like some weird fruity flavors.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll say that for sure. So I'll read you the product details from Northern Brew. Would you
Okay.
like to hear that?
Let me hear it.
Okay. Evergreen announces its presence like it's
It does that. It does that.
blowing
Full
a
stop.
trumpet
Full stop.
with strong suggestions of fresh peach and
Oh.
apricot.
Wow.
Bright citrus lemon, and this is open parentheses, lemon candy, comma, orange zest, comma, tangerine, close parentheses, and watermelon candy.
Oh, yes. Watermelon rind.
Yeah.
The white part of the rind is what I would put in
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Green notes of fresh hay and pine needles round out
Yeah.
a classic American
Okay.
craft beer hop profile. Secondary and tertiary notes include menthol.
Yes.
Okay. Dank. Just dank.
Dank. Yeah, that's not a flavor. But yes.
But you know, geranium,
Okay.
herbs,
Okay.
open parentheses, basil, dill, thyme,
Okay.
close parentheses,
Okay.
cannabis, and green tea.
Keep them coming. Okay. Yeah. So I think you need to do a little side research. Is this the longest list that there is?
That I can't. I
Now
can't
they
tell
actually
you.
throw those out there. The strange like white peach broccoli thing, I think is like white peach with like that white watermelon rind thing. No pink fruit, just that, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put, if there's any citrus character, it's all pith. There's
Yeah.
no fruit character to it that I can speak of in this citrus vein. I like the geranium thing. I'm actually now, I would never brew with this thing, but now I know, but now I can really say, yeah, that's geranium. Like
Yeah.
that is screaming geranium.
Yeah.
That's what that aroma is.
That's what it
'Cause
is.
My mother grew a lot of
Sure.
geraniums, and now that I've made the connection, in that vanilla coconut lime thing is watermelon rind. So from now on, when I taste that, it's white
Watermelon rind, huh?
My brain has been unlocked. New level achieved. Wow.
about
Now I'm
that?
actually pretty into it. I thought it smelled bad before, but now that I come at it with different descriptors, again, I don't know how I would use it effectively unless I really wanted something, or I was doing some sort of beer that had a lot of other character going on and I wanted, but it is definitely loud and in charge, right? I mean, it's right up in front.
It announces itself.
It announces itself, for sure. And maybe that's why I was so put off by it. It was like overtaking me.
Okay.
Mm.
It's funny.
Now I'm willing to take a bigger sip of it.
I think that
Geranium,
I think
yeah,
I think it's on the Northern Brewer site. If not, there's a few other sites I was looking at before we came over that I came over here that talked about like basically late editions, if not all Whirlpool
Yeah.
for this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is,
Maybe.
I read this and
Yeah.
Evergreen tells me one thing.
Yeah,
and I think to
yeah.
myself,
I'll get you there.
I'm
Yeah,
like, I
that's for
thought,
sure.
okay, so piney, that's cool. Let's
Yeah.
see what it can do.
Yeah.
This could
I
be
want
some-
like wintergreen lifesaver type of.
How about that?
boom,
Yeah, try that. Yeah.
But yeah.
Like Polaris was supposed to be, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But no,
So that's
this has
interesting.
has like at least like you look at the flavor chart.
Yeah.
It's like it kind of.
Yeah.
We have everything.
Everything, because we don't know what to say. You know what I would do with this?
Yeah.
An imperial stout
Okay.
with a boatload of cocoa and cocoa nibs in
Yeah.
it.
Cacao.
And maybe if you're into this, I'm not really into this idea, but then if you were adding some sort of like, if you want to make like a chocolate mint stout, this would be the hop you would use with your mint extract and your cacao additions. I think it might vaguely work there because it would sort of help ensure that minty character was there, right? I think it would give you that strange herbal geranium push.
What about chocolate and cayenne?
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. So maybe if you'd made like a, how about the toilet bowl of beers,
Yes,
porter,
porter,
and you
a
did
chocolate cayenne porter.
Yes. Mix this with like your ancho mole porter would be awesome. I bet that would be awesome.
I just think that I've had chocolates with like
Yes.
hot pepper and
Yep.
that's an
Yeah,
alright
yeah,
that's
yeah.
an alright combination.
Definitely doable.
I think geranium plus chocolate plus hot pepper.
Now we're talking about
Good
geranium, right?
Yeah.
I would assume that means there's a lot of geraniol in here.
Sure.
I wonder with the right yeast combination if there's a secret to unlock with biotransformation here. Like with some of those thiol-releasing yeast strains, if this might suddenly, instead of a trumpet, be a trombone or something, right? Just like something really different. So yeah, I think this now it's got some potential. I certainly wouldn't smash with this thing, but interesting smash.
Yeah,
beer.
see, I saw Evergreen on the website and said, okay, well that's something to explore because I'm always looking for foundational hops, ones you put on the bottom and then you build up from there. And I thought, okay, in the vein of lemon drop, is it really lemony? Is Evergreen really piney?
Yeah.
No, not so much, even though the package says like citrus and pine notes. It's like, no. I love that there's a typical beer styles, IPL, hoppy lagers. And we're saying, no, probably like more
too
dark
delicate,
ales.
Too delicate, too delicate.
But then with the right yeast strain, the right...
Who knows? Yeah, with some Cosmic Punch or Paloma, whatever that is,
and
Supernova.
adding, and like, don't put anything at the beginning of the boil. Put it all like late or post-boil.
Yeah.
Could be something.
Somebody do that at home and let us know.
Yeah, send us a telegram. Let us know many years in the future. Okay, well, that's our take on Evergreen hops. It was not what I thought it was going to be. I knew that from the moment I took a sip before bringing it over to the mic. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be something. I'll see what the guy has to say. And when you were like, I will say that when I looked at your face after you tasted it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good video. All right, so Evergreen, hopefully you dug our descriptors. I think, the way we do this is we try to isolate the hop as best we can and then talk about it. And I think a lot of people have written to us like, yeah, thanks for letting me know about that hops. I stayed away from that. You've saved me from a lot of purchases. Yeah. And that's not really our intent. It's more of like, we're a point of data in your exploration, in home brewing ingredients and such. I think it's more of like, hey, we're just two dudes who are trying to figure it out as well. And if we can all try to figure it out together, that's got to be a good thing. So take it for what it's worth. All right. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel because we do this kind of thing every single week. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. Brew on.
Cheers.